Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my jbird. And remembering 76 and the 77, bringing you these new openings, the old ones, molding old and new together, bringing different styles today. But I play the same way as I did in 77 and 76, except now I'm just trying to try new things and be more creative and make my theory bigger and bigger all the time here. Okay, I'm in black. And this is called Jaybird Multi Tower to bot 2000. No hours, no assistance, no help of any kind to beat this bot. And let's check it out. This is, I hope I can do a good job showing you the end game on this one. All right, here we go. It starts out with e4, e5, f3, d6, c3, e6, building the tower, after e6, and I found out they called this a stone wall too or something. Whatever. After and I used to call it the steps. Uh, After e6, d4. Got to take d4 takes, g5, e7. There's your jaybird tower right here, stacked. Jaybird be here, but it's a tower since we're going up. Plus the pawns help too with the tower here, but this is the real tower right here. This is the Jaybird tower after e7. Takes e7. Now we go into the Nightbird tower. You see, we go right into the Nightbird. Now that's the second tower. It's multi-tower here. After e7, d4 takes, castle, b4, c8. I like this move. I find this, in this scenario, it's perfect because I keep an eye on my bishop and I defend this at the same time. And you might think, well, you're weakening. He could push this pawn down. Well, then I jump the knight up. I'll be threatening this, and I'll get the boot trade off even anyway, so it really won't matter too much. After c8, d4, a6, d3, d8, d1, c6, d5. I go g6. He goes g5. He's coming in. Knighty back over. e7. Takes e6. Takes e6. Takes e7. Takes e7. e2. e5. Got to maintain the structure here. Keep it solid. After e5. a3. f8. Castle. g6. b3. h8. h3. b8. g4, d8, g3, e7, f4, takes f4, rookie takes f4, takes f4, takes f4. That I don't think he should have done because the end game is right here, believe it or not. After last f4 takes, c6, he goes f7. Nope, that's my only best move. e7, I got to. This ain't cool. After e7, e7 takes, g2, g6, f2, f8, e3, g7. He's got a white bishop. I got black squares here. Let's see. And I plan on getting these on black squares. After g7, h4, h6, h5, takes h5. I wanted to make sure I got him up here, so if something goes down, I want to be the one to make the choice here. After h5 takes, g8, and I knew right away I need this lane. Look, this is the only open lane. I had to get this rook over here. After g8, g1, f8, takes g8, f5, g7. And when I saw this, I felt a lot of relief that I got these black squares. And I'm going to be the first one here, so he can't even push this. After g7, f4, f6, b4, b6, c3. I want to make sure I got the choice. After c3, c6. And I had an idea. I mean, I see ways getting in, but let's see what his bishop does. I could push a piece here. Let's see. After c6, he goes e2. And I realized, well, guess what? Going in this way ain't going to get in here. It ain't going to get in this way. After e2, I go a5. I get him to push past b5. Now these two pawns are worthless. After b5, e5, a4, d7, thinking I'm going to get up here and then snatch it here. This was my idea. After d7, he goes d3, c5. He defends c2. I says, there's no way in here. So I'm looking at this. Boom, 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 boom. Look at this. That's what I looked at because there was nowhere to go here. b7, b3, d8, d1, f7, h5, g5, e2. And I had to study. This was another thing. I looked. I didn't want to make sure I trapped my knight, and I calculated this. I can always get back out. I can go right back. We'll see. After h3, he goes g4. And check. And I calculated this too. I said, can I get back out? Well, if he comes here, I'm just going to take his pawn. So what's he going to do? I want to see this. After g4, I go f2. He goes f3. I got to go back h3. I'm coming right back again. It's not going to work. f1, g5, but I drawed his bishop off this lane. Now watch this. This was the whole trick, I think. I didn't even know it. I think he made a mistake right here. After g5, he went f4, h5, g2, but maybe there was something else that I'm not seeing, that I don't understand. But this is all I had. There's nothing here. I couldn't get through, so this is why I came over here. After g2, h4, he goes g4, I push, h3. And I didn't know what was really going to happen, but I know if I take, I'm taking this pawn. I made up my mind. I'm taking, and he can't take with his king. So after h3, he goes h1. I said, really? h2. He comes down, g3. I go f7. And I realized if I can't walk the king to go get this, he guards this. So the knight's going to get in here, and he can't, I can get in here. Or here, 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 I can get in here. After f7, he goes g2. Well, we'll come back to this. After g2, e5. Now he takes h2, c4, g3, b2, c4. I take this one first because when I saw that, I said if I would take this one, he'd give him time to get over here to save that one. I said, no, get this one, g4, b2, f1, a4, c4, b2, d5, a4. Whoops. After a4, it's g3, a3, g4. I got to reroute the knight. a4, f4, c3, a2, take a2, e3, c3, d2, a2, c3, a1, queen, d3, c1, d4, c5, d3, b5, e3, c4, f4, b5, e3, b4, d2, b3, e3, b2, f4, b1, queen, f3, e4, check, f2, e2, g3, f3, h2, and there's game. Let me quick go back here to this one point. Man, this game will sharpen your end game skills here, man. Let's go back to this one point. I don't want to spend a lot of time over the whole game. This took me a lot of... All right, once I came back this way, I went here. We went like this. I went here, realized I had to go back. It's not working. So I decided to push this pawn. So he can't get his king over here. Okay, I knew that. Check. So maybe he could have done so, but he can't walk. Look, he can't leave this either. And who's moving? It's his move. All right, so he defends that. But now I walk up. He goes, I go. All right, let's say he goes like this. See, this is what's going to happen. Now it's his move. He's got to get back here. Well, if he tries to defend this pawn, it's just going to get worse. I can just go like this, check. And he has to move. Well, obviously you got to take, or if you don't take it and save that, then I'm running around with the knight. So you see what I'm saying? That's one way. But let's say he don't do that. Let's say he's trying to come back and save everything. Let's say he does this. Well, now I get this pawn. How's he going to get over here? He can't. He's got to make too many moves to get back over here. He can't do it. You see what I'm saying? He can't get over here in time. So he's going to lose the game either way. So yeah, this is cool, man. This game is pretty cool. Let me go back over this real quick. So I hope everything was like real. I mean, I hope I did a perfect end game here, but this is how this game went. There's the jbird tower. There's the nightbird tower. And this all looks, I don't see no crazy anything wrong with this, like mistakes or anything. Looks pretty tight. It's the end game there that I wonder if everything was done perfect or what was going on there. And the game went like this. And I knew I had to get that lane. And I knew I had to get the dark squares to get up there. I knew I wanted to do that because I wanted to make sure I got the trade the way I want it. Okay, I pressured him. You're either going to take or you're not, or I'm going to take. And then that's when I realized I had to come back all the way over. And then I tried to go in again. No, I had to get back out. And then I realized this pawn was the only thing. And now I understand why he didn't take it. So I believed all that. And I came back. I saw my opportunity to come right back in here again. Where'd he go? Here. Okay. See, let's say he did this right away. Well, see, it just don't matter because you're still getting in. You're still getting in. Okay, he can't move there. See, he can't even go there. I'll just take it. So he can't even do that. Okay, he's here. I went there. Okay, so, all right, who's moved? He's got to get out. Okay, so he's still too late. Either way, he's still too late. He can't get... You see what I'm saying? He's back to where he was. It's the same thing. You can't do it. Okay, but anyway, that's not what happened. That's what happened. And the game goes on. So I really believe that's what... I don't see it. And there you have it. Okay, thanks for stopping by, and we do have a 2100 coming up for you.